Hi, 8th grade. So last week we talked about the different formulas that we use to find volume for cones and pyramids and spheres. And we also talked about the surface area of spheres. And today what we are going to do is we are going to do some exercises with these formulas. Just practice using them. So let me draw your attention real quick to your homework page. This one homework page is going to be due on Thursday, and all, what is it, 11 problems, 12 problems are going to be due. So today it's going to be the basic stuff, which is just plugging these values into your formulas and getting out the numbers. Tomorrow we are going to do some examples that have to do with problem solving, with I guess word problems, if you want to call them that. What they really are is using the stuff in context rather than just a math problem that you're never going to see outside of school. It's going to be how you really see it and how it's actually applied. And so that'll be tomorrow, just 2 questions here. And then on, let's see, today's Monday, tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay, and on Wednesday, we are going to kind of reverse use these crap what they're called. We're going to reverse use these formulas to find a missing dimension on a cone or a pyramid or whatever. And so right there, we are going to have some examples for that. And so I'm actually going to post all of these videos Monday, and you can work at your own pace throughout the week. This is going to be due noon on Thursday. Thursday, we will have a big contextual problem about magma in a new volcano, and I think it's very cool, but you know, I'm a nerd, so whatever. And so that will be due noon on Friday because I give you till noon the next day to do all of your stuff. So you can work at your own pace, but I think all of this first page can be done very easily today. So here we go. That is your assignment. So let's do a few sample problems. So this first problem here, it says find the volume, and we need to identify what kind of shape this is, and obviously it's a sphere. And I've been practicing with this writing tool, but since it's a touch screen, my fingers don't work exactly like they do on the smartboard. So whatever, if you can't read my handwriting, I apologize so much, and I will try to make it better. So finding the volume of a sphere, and what's nice is that the volume formula is right here. But finding the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So 4/3, we'll get to that in a second. Pi is just 3.14. And then the radius is what we really need to know. And the radius is from the center to the side of the circle, not all the way across. That's the diameter. And that is not what we are looking for. So 9 is the radius. So we're going to take out the r right there, and we're going to put in a 9 instead. So 4/3 pi 9 cubed. Now, in Google, they have a scientific calculator. So there it is. Okay. And so what we can do is go 4/3 pi times 9 cubed. And we can just type it in like that and not even have to worry about it. And then we can get out our answer. And so if that's what you want to do, I mean, that's your business. Either which way, I do expect you to use a calculator. So on your phone, that calculator would look a little bit more like this one. And so you can go 4/3 and then times pi, again, that pi button. Oh, hang on, it didn't register. There we go, 4 divided by 3 times pi times 9. Oh, hey, look, they even have a cube button here. 9 cubed. Hang on. All right. I don't like this one anymore. Okay, so 4/3 times, here it is, pi times 9 cubed. There we go. And then that gives us the same thing here that Google did. Which, I mean, it should, because it's a calculator, right? They should all come out to be the same thing. But there you get to use the pi button instead of typing in 3.14, which a very easy miss of a button, and you're multiplying it by 314 instead of 3.14, which is really bad. So there's that. So you can just type it in the way that you see it, 4 divided by 3, which is 4/3, times pi times 9 cubed. And how I did that, again, was just taking the x to the y button here, and then that gave me the little exponent, and then I could put into the 5th or to the 3rd or to the 9th or whatever. But for spheres, it's always going to be cubed. Okay? All right. So there's that. And so my answer here, I'm just going to type it in. This one is not saying about how many decimal places. Here we go. The nearest cubic unit. So round it to the nearest whole number. And so here, 3053.6, so 3054. Okay, and so that's that. And then we would move on to the next one. So remember, when we find the volume of a pyramid, this one says 1/3 capital BH. And I'm like, that's not right. That's not what you said last week. Again, it's the area of the base times the height divided by 3. So this base is a square. And so 18 times 18, well, dang, I guess I need a calculator again. 18 times 18. What does that say minus? Thought I hit the times button. Is 324. So here it'd be 324 times the height, which is 16. And then I would divide all of that by 3, because that's what multiplying by 1/3 is. Now, if you wanted to do times 1/3, you can just go at the beginning. 1/3 times 324 times 16, and that's how you can type it into the calculator also. So, I don't know, here I would just go times 1/3, and then times 16. There we go. And then that would give me 1728. And so my volume here would be 1728 cubic inches. Okay. That's really all there is to it as far as just finding a volume. I think there was something I wanted to talk about on here. Right, height. So people have a very linear thought about height, that it's, how tall something is. And this one right here, it's like not that tall. So what the heck is this 6? Well, I mean, if you knock a traffic cone over, it's still 18 inches tall or whatever. If you lay your ice cream cone down, shame on you. But if you lay your ice cream cone down, it's still the same dimension, right? And so it's still that same volume. And so this orientation here is completely arbitrary, which means it don't matter which way it's pointing. This part is the height. Okay, so that is what you need to use. These next two are talking about a cone with a height of this and a radius of that. All you do is plug stuff into the formula. Now here's the weird thing. Oh, dang. Let's see if there's one like that on the other page. There is not one like that on the other page. So on this one, it's giving you the whole diameter. We don't want the whole diameter. We want the radius, because that's what we can work with. And so whenever it says diameter, you want to find the radius, which is half that. And I'm going to make an executive decision. We are going to nix this one and this one. You don't have to do those, because again, it's just talking about cones. It's the same thing. Here we're talking about pyramids. Okay, we can deal with that. And then here are some spheres. Watch out, because again, it's giving you the diameter and you need the radius. You need the radius. If the diameter is 10, then the radius is half that. Wish I knew what half of 10 was. Anyway, so there's that. All right, stay tuned, guys. I will talk about some problem-solving questions here in the next video. I'm going to call it Tuesday, but you are definitely free to do that at your own pace. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.